I've been coming to Grand Junction for quite a few years, off and on, just to visit, and I really just fell in love with the area.
I came out to Grand Junction and went through Mesa State College. I got a really good nursing education at Mesa State. It was a good nursing school.
Actually, this was a stopover for us. Thought we'd walk downtown, and then we took a drive on the Colorado National Monument, looking over when we saw the rivers. Just thought it was just so beautiful.
Activities Grand Junction offers in the surrounding area are phenomenal. Between the monument and the mesa, you can go skiing.
I enjoy rock climbing, and that's the Colorado National Monument is great for that. There's kayaking nearby. There's
hiking and rafting and camping that's 30 minutes away.
I think it's important to paint the big picture of Grand Junction and what we have to offer, because obviously we have lots of recreational opportunities, but there's so much more. You can get all of the cultural pieces that you want. We have a symphony, we have dinner theaters, we have concert venues. We have quite a few art galleries. We have the art center. There's these wonderful, wonderful orchards that we have great fruit and vineyards and wineries. This is a wonderful town.
As far as quality of life, I look at it as being able to do those things you enjoy without having to drive for hours. Even coming up to this area, I'm literally 7 minutes from my home.
I had no plans of having kids whatsoever until I moved to Grand Junction. And we both basically said, what a great place to raise a family.
My favorite thing to do is to be with my kids, and I'd love to be outside with them.
I think my favorite thing about Grand Junction is there's a sense of community that you don't really get in large cities. There is a reminiscence of a time that was a little bit slower. People are friendlier.
Over the years, we've been very successful in recruiting high-quality staff, and we have continuing opportunities.
About 4 years ago, I was working as a chief flight nurse up in Montana, and one of the trade journals, I noticed a position available at St. Mary's.
I have family in Great Falls, Montana, and I loved it there, and I did not want to come.
Looking turned into submitting an application turned into a phone interview, which then led to a face-to-face interview.
When they originally offered my husband his job, I had not come down and looked at Grand Junction at all.
To have her come down for an interview was really key.
And they flew me down, got me a rental car, put me up in a nice hotel. I had 3 job interviews set up, and then the next day they had set up with a realtor, and then really sat down with me and said, what do you need in a home? I could tell it was a nice town. The people were friendly, and they made me feel welcome, and they made me feel like they wanted me here.
Not only to work at St. Mary's, but also to live in the Grand Valley.
Really, just by being here and seeing it, it sold itself.
When I saw the hospital, I was shocked that there was a hospital of that caliber in a community of this size.
Serving as a regional medical center really does place St. Mary's in a larger role.
This is a really big growing community, and we don't just service Grand Junction. We are basically the center between Denver, Salt Lake, and Albuquerque.
We offer many services that other smaller facilities in the area do not offer. Services like neurosurgery, open heart surgery, comprehensive cancer.
We are designated as a level 2 trauma center with pediatric commitment. When a trauma team is activated, we have respiratory therapists, nurses, medics, laboratory techs, radiology techs. It truly is a team approach.
From the receptionists, registration, scheduling, everyone. Really, their whole goal is to help the patient through their journey.
I can't say enough good things about the staff at St. Mary's Hospital, especially the nursing staff, both on labor and delivery and in the neonatal intensive care unit. It's one of the strengths that we have at St. Mary's Hospital.
The staff at St. Mary's, I think, are second to none. I've worked at a number of institutions through my career, and I couldn't be happier with the nursing staff, our technical staff. We have nurses who are constantly learning new upgrades and changes in order to keep our surgical technique cutting edge.
Our relationship with our physicians is great. They listen to us, and we work together as a team closely to modify the care to benefit the patient.
Well, one of the things that we have at St. Mary's is a very strong sense of our vision, mission, and values.
I believe there is a climate of respect at St. Mary's, and that's respect for the individual.
We rely on each other for help. And when I'm done at the end of the day, if I still have an hour to go, then I call the other therapist to see do they need help. It is like an extended family.
St. Mary's offers a lot of opportunity for advancement. I started in surgery as a nursing assistant. They trained me on the job up in surgery, and after that I took a job in the laboratory as a phlebotomy technician, and again there they trained me on the job. Whatever department you are working in, it seems like that the management is making opportunities for you to move up in your field.
Administration is definitely more visible.
They have an open door policy, so you are able to go and talk to your supervisors at any time about anything that you need to. They also have a great benefit package for your family and for single people.
It is full, it is robust, there is medical, there is dental, there is anything that anyone would need in terms of a full benefits package, so we're very proud of our benefits.
I feel like we have wonderful opportunities for continuing education here.
They want to try to keep employees with them. They don't want to lose them, so they're going to do whatever they can to give them that training that they need and that encouragement.
The new employee orientation at St. Mary's for all employees is 2 days,
which introduces them into St. Mary's and the Grand Junction area, and we make sure that they have all of the information they need to take care of our patients and provide the highest quality care that they can provide.
When I was going through the orientation when I first took a job here, they were empowering us to answer any call light. We're walking through the hospital and there's a call light on. Instead of just walking by, stop in, introduce ourselves to the patient as a hospital employee and ask them what they may need, if there's anything we could do for them to make sure that they get their needs taken care of.
Well, there's one of our pilots that coined the phrase, all this and money too. Western Colorado and Eastern Utah, as far as I'm concerned, are one of the best kept secrets in the country.
A young nurse that I trained to work in my unit worked with us for a couple years, and then he went traveling to sample where he might want to live. And he's back here because of the lifestyle.
There is no better place to live than in Grand Junction, where you have so much available to you, and to have your health care at St. Mary's, which is the best there is.
I think at St. Mary's we have a philosophy for a commitment to care.
We're looking for people that have a heart for our mission, a heart for serving others, for showing that care and compassion.
We love team players. We love people with a sense of humor and a light heart. In the world I live in, at the bedside nurse, you can make all the difference in the world you choose to make.
Oh, I know I'm making a difference.
There's lots of opportunities for any nurse who would ever want to come here.
Unlimited opportunities.
It has everything that you need. The hospital's great, and the schools are wonderful too.
My wife is a school teacher here in the school district, and we love raising our family here, and it's where we intend to stay.
I plan to stay here for a long time.
I feel like I'm part of a family.
Definitely. I have found a home here in Grand Junction.
Who'd want to live anywhere else?